Have you been pricing out a new computer build lately? Or maybe just thinking about upgrading your phone? If you have, you've probably felt that sinking feeling in your stomach. That feeling that your wallet's about to get a whole lot lighter.
So what is the deal? I mean, for years, tech was getting cheaper, more powerful, more accessible. And now all of a sudden, some of the most basic components are just shooting for the moon. What's going on?
Well, let's get right into it. The culprit behind these crazy prices isn't your flashy CPU or that beautiful OLED screen. Nope, the whole mystery is hidden in plain sight, right inside those little RAM chips that power pretty much every single device you own.
So today, we're putting on our detective hats and investigating this RAM price shock. We're gonna figure out what's driving it, just how bad it is, and maybe, just maybe, when we can all expect some relief. Okay, so first, a super quick refresher. Just think of RAM as your computer's kitchen counter. It's the temporary workspace where it keeps all the ingredients it needs right now. The bigger and faster that counter is, the more things you can cook up at once without everything slowing to a crawl. Simple, right?
Now, part of our story here starts with a massive industry-wide upgrade. See, the world is moving on from the old standard, DDR4, to the much, much faster and more efficient DDR5. And that's great for us. It means quicker loading times, smoother multitasking, the whole 9 yards. But this transition, it's causing some serious growing pains in the supply chain.
But that generational shift, that's really only a tiny piece of the puzzle. The real headline here, the prime suspect in our entire investigation, is the explosive, absolutely insatiable hunger of artificial intelligence.
Just think for a second about the massive language models behind tools like ChatGPT. To process literally billions of data points and spit out answers in an instant, they need a truly mind-boggling amount of memory. We're not talking about a small uptick in demand here. This is a tidal wave of demand from big tech that the industry has never, ever seen before.
And this image right here, this shows you exactly where all that memory is going. It's not just for your gaming PC anymore. It's being funneled into these colossal AI data centers. They're absolutely ravenous for something called high bandwidth memory, or HBM, which is basically rocket fuel for AI. And because that's where the big money is, manufacturers are prioritizing it, creating a shortage of standard RAM for the rest of us.
But you know what? AI isn't acting alone. It's got a few accomplices that have helped turn what was a supply crunch into a full-blown crisis. Let's take a look at how all these factors are coming together to create what everyone in the industry is calling a perfect storm. So, what you have is this crazy feedback loop. First, AI demand sucks up all the high-end memory. Then the slow transition from DDR4 to DDR5 makes that shortage even worse. On top of that, you have a market that's controlled by just 3 companies, which means they can basically set prices. And just to pour more fuel on the fire, you've got global politics and rising costs making everything more expensive. It's a mess. And this number right here, this is so important, over 90%. Think about that. When just 3 companies, 3, control that much of a global market, any little decision they make, like prioritizing high-profit AI memory, sends massive shockwaves through the entire system. It affects prices for everyone, everywhere, almost instantly.
So what does this perfect storm actually look like in dollars and cents? What does it mean for your wallet? Okay, let's get to the damage report and look at the hard numbers. Brace yourselves.
Just look at this. We are not talking about small 5% increases here. We're seeing prices double, or in the case of server memory, nearly triple in a single quarter. That DDR5 kit that was a reasonable $150, it's now projected to be $300, maybe even more. That's an extra $150 you suddenly have to find for your new PC build. And look at that server memory. It's seeing the biggest jump of all. Absolutely wild.
And you know, this chart really visualizes the crisis perfectly. You can see the steady climb of the older DDR4 in blue, which is bad enough. But then, look at that red line for DDR5. It's not a curve anymore, it's practically a vertical wall.
Okay, let's just take a second with this chart, because these numbers are they're nuts. These are the projections for 2026. If you look at the bars for PC parts, you see these insane quarterly jumps. We're talking over 90% in some cases. Now look over at the server memory. It's the exact same story. This isn't some gradual trend. It's a series of price explosions that directly jacks up the cost of building anything new.
So why should you care about all this server room drama? Well, here's the bottom line. That new laptop or phone you've been eyeing, it could suddenly be 15 or 20% more expensive. That dream gaming rig you've been planning might have to stay a dream for a little while longer.
And we might even see budget phones take a step backward, shipping with less memory just to keep the price from going through the roof.
So yeah, that's where we are. The verdict is in. AI's incredible appetite, combined with all these other market forces, is absolutely guilty of causing this price surge. So the big question now is, what happens next? When does this end?
Well, here's the roadmap, according to the market experts. The first half of 2026 is going to be rough. Prices are probably going to keep climbing. We might see things finally level off toward the end of the year, but real, actual price drops, we probably won't see those until 2027, maybe even 2028, when new factories finally come online and supply can start to catch up with demand.
And that brings us to this final piece of advice, which honestly is a tough pill to swallow. But if you absolutely need a new machine, doing it now, even at these painful prices, might actually be smarter than waiting a few more months and paying even more. It's a tough call.
You know, it's a pretty sobering thought. This whole situation is such a powerful, real-world example of just how disruptive AI can be. We've just watched it completely upend a multi-billion-dollar global market in a matter of months. And it really, really makes you wonder, what's next?